First of all, thank you all for coming. I do want to welcome everyone here today to celebrate two amazing coaches. The first coach is the one I will say has a legendary status to me, and I think to this university. Kim Berrington came to Siena Heights in 2015 as both the head men's volleyball coach and head women's volleyball coach. It didn't even take a day to know how much she would impact not only our volleyball program, our programs, our athletic department, but also her impact on the university itself. Kim was not just a coach, she was a leader, an educator, a mentor, and a mom to many of our players, a counselor, and most of all, a friend to many of us and to me. Kim volunteered for many committees within the athletic department and on campus. And I always knew that if I wanted the right person, I needed to ask Kim because she spoke her mind and she would just flat out get it done, as she always says. In fact, even this year I asked her if she would sit on a committee, and she said, okay, do you want me on this one, or that one? I said, well, if I can't have all of them, I'll have the two of the three. But Kim leaves Siena with a record of 193 wins and 103 losses, and an overall coaching wins with 687 wins. Kim is the winningest Siena Heights women's volleyball coach. She's had numerous all-conference, all-academics, and all-Americans. Kim, thank you for all you've given to Siena Heights University. My words truly will never be enough to say how much you meant to Siena and personally me. But please help me thank and welcome Kim Berrington to the podium.
Hopefully I don't need that. I have coach's voice, but it's an exciting day. I think anytime there's new chapters, and this is a new chapter. And when you close one chapter, some people get sad about that. And I'm not, because I'm so excited about my next chapter. But the other reason that I haven't been sad about this is because I never thought I'd be here 10 years. Fred talked me into this, and I kind of told no a couple times. And eventually my family talked me into saying, you're not done coaching, so let's get at it. So we did that, and I couldn't have been able to do this for 40 years without the support of Chuck and my daughter Kelsey, and that's why we're retiring and going to move to Utah. So those are the two biggest factors for everything I do in life, and again, they're really important for today. But also, I couldn't have had the career. I mean, you can't coach for 40 years without really good athletes and really good assistant coaches. So I'm lucky that I'm in a situation that I have one of my former athletes following, in my footsteps and being able to be the leader here. And I'm really proud of Corey, and I'm really excited to see what she does and put her stamp on the program. But I did want to say thank you to Sue. Where's Ash? Ash? Sam? Where you at, Sam? Scooter, are you here? Our administrators do a lot for us, and anytime I needed something, one of you all stepped up and did that for us, so thank you. And then just the camaraderie of our coaches and people on campus has been great. Even though sometimes we as coaches work 7 days a week, and at one point, I think when I was coaching men and women, it was like 160 days in a row. You still came to work and you had family, people you could count on, and certainly I couldn't do what I did with all of your support. So thanks for that. It's a great 10 years. It flew. I can't believe it, but I'm ready to move west, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Corey does. So thank
you. Legend, good the mic.
I want to pay a little homage to my alma mater, University of South Carolina, has a tradition. When the mascot graduates, you find out who it is because they wear their shoes to graduation. And I wear my Crocs every day in the morning. And every day I leave, get ready for work, we go over the list. Chuck says, you have your wallet, you have your keys, you have your phone, you're wearing your Crocs. Because I walk halfway out the door every day with my Crocs on, go to work, and I have to come back in and change. Well, I don't need to wear a dress suit anymore. Crocs or golf. Corey, congratulations. I wish you the best, and you know I'm here for you all the time, so any day. See, there's a reason. Always a reason, right?
I can't remember Kim when I came back and Kim's like, I gotta talk to you. I'm like, oh, what is this about? I never would have thought it was. I thought I had a year or two, but when Kim first told me she was going back or going to look at houses in Utah, I initially hoped for a heavy rain season. I hoped that she wouldn't have much luck, and then I said, you know what, Sue, that's pretty selfish. But I was like, I did cross my fingers. Maybe I did it twice, so that was bad luck. And she came back, and I was like, ah. And Kim's like, we found a house, and of course, Kim, you know I'm very happy for you. But initially, I had a flip, as coaches do, or our coaches did. I knew we had to move and find the next person to fill Kim's Crocs. But we had a special coach waiting in the ranks, having played for Kim at Eastern Michigan and having coached with her. This coach has already ingrained herself in the institution at Siena Heights and athletics with her can-do attitude, which now you can see where she gets that from. But I would think it was probably why she recruited you, Corey, to Eastern. And what do we need to do next? And what do we need to do to get things done? And Corey Ness has been an assistant for Kim at Siena, but also stepped in when asked to, ironically, to be the men's volleyball coach when we had a lot of turnover and change. And that came with Corey has a family, and it came a sacrifice to them, and she willingly did so. And you all know it because you do the same thing. That's the Siena attitude. And her work ethic hasn't gone unnoticed. Her players respect her. She is a skill developer, a relationship builder. She's sometimes a little friendlier than Kim is on game day. But that bark or that scowl that Kim has, I'm sure will only be a few months away for Corey. Or the day before game days, which I have heard from her when I was on the court too long. But I have no doubt that Corey will be able to step into this position and continue the pride of this program and the success on and off the court. So please help me welcome our next head coach of the women's volleyball program, Corey Ness.
I'm not much of a public speaker, so this has got me, really wired right now. But I just want to say thank you to Kim first. You have been everything. I've known you for almost 20 years, which is more than half of my life. But you saw something in me when I was just a player, and you took me in, and you developed me to what I am today. And then, I saw you courtside while I was coaching high school, and I brought to you that I want to get back into coaching, and what do I got to do to get into college coaching? You said, well, actually, and that's how this journey started. I've always known, what I wanted to do in life, but I just needed a little confidence boost, I guess, and that's where you've been the biggest part, just bringing me outside of just being a mom, to let me be the coach I am today. So I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Sue, thank you for giving me this opportunity, trusting me to do something that's, following her is huge. But, I appreciate you and having the confidence in me to do, what it takes to make this program and continue it to be what it's always been. Ash and Sam and Josh and the family of staff that we have here, it's made it family for me, and that's huge. So I appreciate you guys in all you do. My family at home, I have 2 little girls and husband, and they've given up a lot for me to be here. Stressed times, managed schedules, it's crazy at home, but it's always organized chaos. But we love it and we thrive in it, and I can't thank them enough for being flexible enough to allow me to chase this dream. So, thank you. All right.
Corey, we have some questions for you. I'll go ahead and get us started. How excited are you to take on this role, and what does it mean to you to be able to coach at Siena?
I think excited is like a cliche, right? It's an understatement. It's been a dream of mine since I was young, not just to be a coach, but to be a head coach, and not just a head coach, but be a college head coach. That got put aside when I had my girls, and I slowly dipped into volleyball coaching again and got back out of it and tried some other jobs and always came back to coaching. So it's always been, deep down in my heart, a passion of mine and something I wanted to be. So exciting, or being excited about something or this is a true understatement. To be here, knowing where I wanted to be a college coach, I didn't know where that was going to find me, but being here is home. And that's huge to me. I didn't want to uproot my family. We live close to our extended family. So going away or having to move them away, we live right next door to our in-laws. So the cousins, we can't leave them. So having this be so close to home meant the world to me. And having the staff be as welcoming and as family-like has been an even bigger part of it. So I'm really excited about that.
Corey, how will you build on the success that the program has had under Coach Berrington, and do you have any short and long-term goals for the team?
Sure. I've had the privilege and the honor to be a part of this success for the last 5 years. I don't think what she's done has gone unnoticed, and it will never be forgotten. But it's the way that Coach Berrington has coached is ingrained in me. Those same values, fundamentals, traditions, ethics, everything is all ingrained in me and how I coach. And I think that's why we've worked so seamlessly for the last 5 years. And it's been so easy. So I think this transition will be, pretty smooth, relatively speaking. But as far as short-term goals, we're young. Half of our roster is rookies. We have, at least for the varsity team, we have 6 freshmen coming in. We have 4 sophomores, and we have 2 transfers on a 14-team varsity roster. So it's young. So the first, short-term goal is going to be getting everybody on the same page and going for the same goal again. Just reiterating what we've already established in this program. And I think long-term, I've been here 5 years, and we still haven't gotten that conference championship. So it's still on the dream board, and I think the players agree to that one too. They've had the taste of being close, but that's always going to be a long-term goal. And then academic success. We're pretty big on having hardworking in the classroom students. We finished with a 3.7 GPA this past season, so I'd like to continue that academic success.
Corey, can you talk a little bit about your coaching philosophy and how it fits with the Siena Heights mission?
So on the court, it's always fundamentals. It's always, getting better every single day in and out of the gym. But as far as, what we do beyond this point, for a lot of people, athletics ends after college. So I want them to make sure that the lessons that we learn on the court also transfers into their everyday life. That's what we're all ultimately here for, is to move forward in life, right? But I want them to be competent in every aspect of the game. I want them to have the techniques and the structure to build new skills in the game, but also have that same structure that can help them in their life beyond sports. And then team culture. I think that's one of the things that drives success. I think it drives, the internal push to do better every single day in and out of the gym. And I want to continue to build that team culture here and make sure that it feels safe and supportive, family environment, just a place that they feel like they can grow into being a better human. When they walk out this door, I want them to be better people.
All right, Corey, I got another one for you. Can you discuss your recruiting philosophy and what you're looking for in future Saints?
Okay. Every athlete we recruit is like a piece to our puzzle, right? And every puzzle or every year is a different puzzle. So everyone that we recruit brings something unique, right? they're not all the same, they don't all bring the same things, but their core components are always the same, right? Like, we want hardworking students. We want students who want to thrive in the classroom, students that want something more than athletics, students that are supportive of each other, but also compete with each other. You know, I mean, that's what they're going to do in the workforce, right? They're going to compete to keep climbing the ladder. So I want competitive, gritty kids that want to go after things. I want them to be good people, right? Not only does that help our team culture here, it helps our Siena Heights culture, but I want them to want to come back. I want them to keep giving back to what gave them, you know, so much.
Alrighty, thank you everyone. Go Saints!